Okay, so in this section we're going to be making some changes to a second page in our website. That page can be found on Course Sites, and I would put it into a folder on your desktop. To open the code for the page, you want to go to Notepad, go to File, Open. We're going to browse to my desktop here. And I'm going to go to my Pasta Divine folder, and you have to change it to all files. And I believe we are opening the specials page. Okay, so that's how you open up a website that's already been saved. All right, in the next section on page 116, they want us to add bold to some of the headlines. The first one is the fettuccine alfredo. It's line 34. So we need a start bold tag and then an end bold tag after that. And then we're going to scroll down and we're going to do the same thing for the lasagna heading. Line 65, do a start bold and an end bold after that, lasagna. And the last one is ravioli, line 92. So we do the start bold and end bold after the ravioli. All right, on page 120, we are going to go to line 35. They've put in a placeholder here where they want the image to go. And so we're going to highlight everything within the prompts, and that's where we're going to put the image tag. So I can just delete that information. We need a start paragraph. Oops, it jumped on me. Hold on. Okay, so the first thing we do is the paragraph. The paragraph tag gives us space between the image and the section heading. Then we're putting the image file name in right here, including the height and width. When we give the height and width, it allows the computer to not have to guess and is able to actually load the image quicker. We do the alt, give the image a left alignment. I forgot my T, so left alignment there. The HP space has to do with putting a little bit of space between the image and the text, and then don't forget to end your paragraph tab and go ahead and check your code. Okay, when I went to check mine, I noticed that I had spelled fettuccine wrong, and because of that, my image did not appear. So do note that your spelling has to be exact when you go to, when you put in the image tag. It has to be exactly including capital letters, so it has to be fettuccine. So when I click on specials now, I've got my fettuccine picture here. Okay, all right, we'll go to the next step here in just a second. Okay, so one more little change on my bolds. When I was looking at my actual document, it wasn't bolding. So what I did is went back and just changed the word bold and just put a B there. I think that that's the new way. Instead of typing out the word bold, just put a B. So go ahead and fix those and then make sure your three headings are indeed bold. Okay, I'll pause for just a minute there. Okay, so for the next one, we are going to go to the line 66 placeholder to put that image in. Okay, so as you can see, after I've typed in that text, I've got my lasagna picture. It is on the left side of my webpage. If I go back to my code, so you can see that, here is my code that I entered, the image tag, the name. Remember, the L needs to be capitalized. Align right is what's making it go to the right side of the web page, and the H space gives it a little bit of space between the text. Okay guys, I'm still on page 121. They tell us to go to line 93. We're going to go ahead and remove this placeholder and put in the text for the ravioli picture. Okay, so here I have inserted my image with the height, width, the name, make sure the R is capitalized. This one's being aligned left, and then we're going to go ahead and test this. Okay, after a quick fix, I've got my ravioli picture left aligned. I'm going to show you what I had to fix because I did have a little error in my code when I was checking it. I think this here, make sure you have an equal sign if you were copying mine. I just had a dash, and when I went back and looked, I saw that I need that little equal sign there. Okay. Okay, so the next step, we want to clear the text wrapping. We want to do this after we get our images set up and aligned, and we can put some breaks in and things like that and do a clear left just to make this look a little neater. So I'm on page 122, and they want us to go to line 60, and they have put in a placeholder for us. So we're going to delete that little placeholder and go ahead and type in the code here. So this is what your code looks like. It just puts a break and then clears everything to the left. Okay, so what this has done is the lasagna used to be up here. So it has cleared that and made the lasagna come down below the first picture to start the new category heading. So it's cleared it and then made it go over to the left. So that looks good. We'll go ahead and do the next one. Okay, so the next clear, and this one's going to be a clear right, is going to go here on line 87, I think it was. Yep. So we're going to do a break. Clear equals right. And then make sure you get your backslash. And then we're going to go to line 118. I'm going to just go ahead and do both of these before we check it. So highlight here. Line 118 is going to be a break. Clear equals back to our left. And my backslash. Don't forget that backslash. Go ahead and test these and make sure everything looks okay. Specials.html. Save and replace. Okay. So looking good. I've got my ravioli heading here, lasagna. All my headings are in the correct spot. Okay. The next step, we're going to add links within a web page. And then we're going to do some targets, and these links just help us to navigate on the page because it's starting to get to be a fairly long web page. Helps make that navigation a little bit easier. First, we're going to set the link target, and we want to go to line 33. They've been so nice in giving us these little placeholders to help us find these spots. Okay, so line 33. We're going to start with an anchor name equals fettuccine. Make sure you spell it right. And then make sure we do an end anchor tag there. Okay. And we'll go ahead and test this. Okay, so our next anchor tag is going to go on 64, line 64. So delete the placeholder. We've got our anchor name equals lasagna. And then end anchor. Okay. And then we're going to go to line 91. Another placeholder here. So line 91. We have the anchor name equals ravioli. And in the anchor tag. Okay, so next we need to put the targets in. To do this, we need to go to line 28, and this is where our first target's going to. Let me make sure. Yeah. Our first target's going to go right here, line 28. This is on page 126 of the text. We need a line item. And then we're going to do the anchor tag, href equals pound fettuccine do your end anchor, and then don't forget to end your line item. Whoops. Right there. End my line item. Okay. Then we're going to go to line 29. We're going to do the second one. Again, we need our line item start tag. I'm just going to delete this because it's easier. Again, these are creating our targets. So href equals pound lasagna. And anchor and end line item. And then we're going to jump right onto 30. Go ahead and do this one too. Line item href equals pound ravioli, creating the targets, and then do the end anchor and the end line item. And we're going to go ahead and stop here and test these, make sure they're all working. Okay, so you can see my 3 links that I created there in my list. Looking good. Moving on to top of page 127, we're going to add links to a target at the top of the page.